All right, let's get to it. Shalom, shalom, shalom. They want to put out there for YouTube disclaimer: if you heard the music in the background, it's not our music. All right, it's not our music, right? We just want to put out there, right? For YouTube copyright issue, things like that. So keep in mind, it's not our music. We do not order music, and we are not playing. We are not in a nightclub. We are not partying. We're doing the work of the Most High. We're teaching the Bible. All right, let me just recap. I'm a recap of this couple of verses right here. All right, okay. Let's see. Okay, so you gotta keep in mind. He said, anytime in a Christian church they read about the heart, what are they thinking about? They're thinking about this devil right here, right? Because that's when our people learn about the heart, right? This is the time, right? When they made up this image. You see this image right here? This devil is the same devil. This is the son of the Pope Alexander VI, okay? Alexander VI, Pope Alexander VI, that's his son. His son, the name is what? Caesar Borgia. And guess what? They got a TV show on that thing, on the family of Caesar Borgia back in those days. You can see, look it up on YouTube, right? There is a book written about it, okay? So this guy literally right here, as you can see, right? That's what they use to make the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native believe that this is your heart, right? That's what they make you believe. But guess what? According to the Bible, this is not indeed your heart. Your heart is in your mind. Is your mind. So keep that in mind. Your heart is in your mind. Is in your mind. This is a different heart. You got to understand. And the word got different meaning. But our people, they're simple, right? The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native, they're simple, right? And they have the truth. Anytime a young brother, somebody trying to edify them, they don't like it, right? So let's recap on this. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to take my Bible dictionary, all right? Right? Let's go in the Bible dictionary, all right? We're going to go to the Zondervan Bible Dictionary, okay? And we're going to read the definition of the word heart, if the Most High allow us to, before I recap our precept, all right? Let's take a look at the word heart, right? Your heart is your mind. Very simple. That's where you think, man. The other heart does not do anything except for pumping the blood, man. Biology 101, man. Wake up, buddy. Wake up. And stop arguing your foolishness. Don't do that. Right, let's go to it. Let's see if we can bring it out. The heart, right? Let's see. Okay. Bear with me. Heart. There we go. Okay. Okay, there we go, man. These people, they love to talk. You see, Northern Kingdom launching. You're trying to give them understanding, something they don't know, all right? Actually, I have it already highlighted. You see that? That's the highlighted part. But Northern Kingdom, they don't like to receive like knowledge. Sometimes when I come over here trying to give them understanding, they run them out. They think they know it all because they're Christian. Because they go worship the pastor every Sunday. Yeah, soy cristiana, soy cristiano. That's all they say all day long. But when it comes to the true knowledge of the Most High, they have no clue. All right, they have no clue, right? So let's read it. I'm on the page. This is Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, okay? I am on the page 220. Page 220, right? The word is heart. Heart is spelled H-E-A-R-N-T. The heart. All right, let's read it. It says in the Bible, the heart is regarded as being the seat of the intellect. Hold on. What? What did the Most High say? So intellect, when you talk about your intelligence, is about your mind. Your intelligence is not by that organ, okay? It's not about that organ that is so made you believe that this is your, no. It says it's the seat, right? Let me read it again. It says in the Bible, the heart is regarded in the Bible according to the Most High. According to the Most High, not according to the power there be, not according to Christianity. No, it says as being the seat of the intellect. You see, the feeling and the will, you see, is in your mind. Your feeling comes from your head, your mind. That's your heart. Understand that, and stop being what, like ignorant. Now I understand one thing is somebody being ignorant, right? But at the same time, when a brother or a sister is showing you something, is trying to edify you on something you don't know, what you do? You humble yourself and you learn. It's very simple. It's just called, it's moral. But these people ain't got no moral. He said, I got Jesus in my heart. I said, man, what you talking about? That's Christianity right there. That's what I told him. Right? Let's read it again more. He said, and the will. He said, example. every imagination of the thought of his heart. Hold on. Let's go to the book of Genesis. Genesis 6 and 5. And we're going to prove it. Genesis. Let's go to it. We'll go to Genesis chapter 6 and verse 5. All right, we're going to prove it. Because a lot of you out there, you don't know. You just follow, okay? Let's go right here. Genesis 6 and 5. Let's go in the beginning. Why would the Most High say that? That was at the time men, they were thinking in their mind to do evil. Do more evil against the Most High, right? So let's go to it. Hola.
Hola.
Hermana, por favor, tiene un minuto para la palabra de Dios. All praises, all praises. There we go. Second strike. I'm a holla again. Hola. Hermana, tiene un minuto para la palabra de Dios. Eh? Okay, all praises. There we go, all praises. Let's see. This is the book of Genesis chapter 6 and we read verses 5. Genesis 6 and 5. All right? Genesis 6 and 5. And he read. He said, and Yahweh saw that the weakness of man, right? And Yahweh saw that the weakness of man, right? And Yahweh saw that the weakness of man, right? The weakness of man. Let's see. So why do they plot to do wickedness? Men. Why do they plot to do evil? Any man, man or woman, where do they think? Do they think right here or do they think right here? Where do they think to do evil? Men and women, when they want to do evil. When somebody trying to kill their baby, they want to abort their baby. Somebody want to kill their father, their mother, their son, their brother. Where do they think? Do they think in the head or they think in that little organ that pumps the blood? Eventually, and we all know, obviously, where do they think? Is in your mind. Is in your mind. All right, so keep that in mind. So let's read it again. And Yahweh saw that the weakness of man was great in the earth. All right, in the earth. All right. And that every imagination. So you see, when you imagine evil, you imagine to do things, right? Let's suppose you're thinking about eating swine flesh. Is that from your heart or your mind? It's from your mind. So the meaning of the word heart is your mind. Is your mind. Is your mind. The meaning of that word is your mind. It's just that you don't understand it. It's just that you don't understand it. All right? Let's read it. And he said, and every imagination of the thought of his heart, of your mind. So we can replace the word heart by what? Your mind. That's the seat of what? Intellect. That's where you think of. When you think to do anything, all right, it's in your mind. It's in your mind. Your mind is your heart. Okay, start being simple. Start being simple. And learn what? The truth. Start being simple. That's Christianity, man. We have enough of that thing, man. It's all lie. Lie 24/7. That's what they do. They're just lying constantly. They're working just to deceive everybody. That's what they do. The Christian church is good at it. That's what they do. Regardless of the denomination. Seventh-day Adventist, Evangelical, Catholic, Protestant, Methodist, you name it. All right? You name it. The alphabet. You already know the mainstream. The mainstream world, church is a religion. All right? So let's read it. Let's continue. Say, of his heart was only evil continually. There we go. And he repented the Lord. He repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth. And it grieved him at his heart. So it grieved the Most High in his mind. It grieved the Most High in his mind. Okay? In his mind. Stop being simple. All right? Stop being simple. Don't be simple, buddy. All right? Stop being simple. Don't be simple, man. Wake up and keep the commandment of the Most High. Learn the true knowledge. All right? So let's read a couple more. Let me go back to it. Okay? So I'm going to go back to the Bible dictionary. All right? It says, Genesis 6 and 5 will imply intellect. Conform ye your heart, your mind. Let's go to Genesis 18 and 5. Comfort ye your mind, your heart, your mind, your mind, your mind. That's where people stop. Like, that's where people break apart. It's in your mind. When people get stressed out, because guess what? If you have a headache, if you have a pain in your heart, you're going to die. That's what we call heart attack. Now, people have a headache, they don't die right away from it. They may go drink some water, go take a cold shower, or they go pour some ice on their head, and then they'll get relief. All right, that's literally your mind right there, because it's the seat of intellect. That's where you think. What do you think? You think in your mind. It's in your mind, it's in your head. All right, it's in your head. All right. So Genesis 18:5. Let's go to it. Right. Genesis 18:5. Let's go to Genesis 18:5. Let's go to Genesis 18:5. This is the book of Genesis chapter 18 and verse 5. So keep that in mind, right? We just want to bring it out there because a lot of you out there, you simple. You keep on running your mouth based on the lie you were taught in a Christian church, right? All right, let's read it. This is the book of Genesis chapter 18 and verses 5, and it read, and I'll fetch a morsel, right? Okay, and I will fetch a morsel of bread, right, of food, right, and comfort ye your heart. Now, guess what? When you eat, it's literally your heart, that organ within your body that is happy. No, it's your mind. It's your mind. It's your mind. That's the seat of what? Intellect. That's where you think at. That's where you think from. All right, just keep in mind. Just keep that in mind. Right, let's read it again. And I will fetch a morsel, right, a morsel of bread, and comfort ye your mind, your heart. After that ye shall pass on. For therefore are ye come to your servant. And they say, so do as thou hast said. You see, so you got to keep in mind. That's your mind. All right, gracias, Señor. That's your mind. Right? That's your mind. All right? That's your mind. That's literally your mind. So your mind is where you think of. Okay? That's where you think of. That's your heart. Right? That's your heart right there. So keep that in mind. Let's go back. I want to finish it up. I'll finish it up again. And I will continue to say, oh, strengthen your heart, which is your mind, would imply feeling. Why thou seeking him with the whole heart? You see, with the whole heart, with your whole mind. With your whole mind. Right? With your whole mind. You see that? Seeking the Most High with your whole mind. Psalm 119 and verses 2. Psalm 119 and verses 2. All right? Means the will. It is often used to signify the innermost being. You see? It grieved him at his heart. You see? In his mind. It grieved the Most High in his mind. It grieved the Most High in his mind. It grieved the Most High in his mind. So keep in mind and start being simple. Right? You got to start being simple. Don't be simple. Okay? You got to trash that lie you were taught in the Christian church. Put it in the trash. All right? Let's go. He said, often the word heart implies the whole moral nature of fallen man. You see? Fallen man. The fallen. How can somebody fall? It's through your mind. When you do something wrong. When you do evil. When you mess up. When you mess up. When you do something wrong. That's where you feel down, right? It's in your mind. When people are bipolar. Where is that happening? It's literally in their heart. The heart is your head. All right, let us continue to say the heart, which is your mind. Your mind. He said the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. So understand that. So your mind is wicked because your mind is what? The house of thought. Whatsoever come out from your head, that's your heart. That's your heart right there, man. So start being simple and running your mouth. You know nothing, you need to learn. You relax, and then we'll teach you. We'll give you understanding, all right? The Holy Spirit will lead you. The Holy Spirit will lead you and give you understanding. Understand that? Instead of being running your mouth 24/7, right? Stop running your mouth. Hermano, hermano. There we go. There we go. You see, that's the spirit. That's the spirit right there. That's the spirit right there. When you call them 1 time, 2 times, I said cease, cease. She just kept on walking. Right? She just kept on walking. That's the spirit, man. That's Northern Kingdom right there. They got Esau hair on their head already. They got blow in their head. You see what I'm saying? Hey, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Because they don't fear the Most High. These people, they don't fear the Most High. Do they fear the Most High? No, they don't fear the Most High. You see what I'm saying? They don't fear the Most High. Right? Do they fear the Most High? No, they don't fear the Most High. We know. We know who is of the Most High and who is of Satan. Right? We know. All right? So let's go right here. We just want to make everybody aware. Right? We want you to be aware. All right? You so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian, that your heart is your mind, is your head. That's where you think. Whatsoever you think, that's your mind, that's your heart. Okay, that little organ within your body, right? That's not according to the Bible, your heart. All right. So let's read this. This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 10. Let's go back to it. Jeremiah chapter 10, right? All right. Jeremiah chapter 10, right? All right. This is the book of Jeremiah. You see now. So now YouTube now, this is some of the start YouTube, you know, they don't, I mean, it's like maybe they don't care pretty much, right? Because you see, for example, I'm right here doing the work, right? So this car pull up right here with the loud music, right? Now, when YouTube hear that music in the background, then YouTube will talk about copyright. Now, am I the one driving the car? Am I the one playing the music? No. But YouTube just harassing and oppressing us pretty much. That's what YouTube does. That's what they're doing, right? Because the same way this brother came with loud music in the car, guess what? It's like if people walk past by, right? Or the fire truck goes by with all the alarm going on, guess what? How come they don't say that copyright about 911? Copyright about 911. Why they don't say copyright about, you know, the fire truck going on? How come they don't talk about that? But they will talk about the music. Why? Why? Because it's all about the interest. How much money they can make off this and that. That's the whole idea. It's not about, like, you know, righteousness, right? It's not about them, you know, because they were not meant to do the work of the Most High. We already know that, right? So you see the brother pull up this car right there. You can see right there in the video, right, with the loud music, right? Am I going to tell the brother to cut down his music? No, I can't tell him that. You see what I'm saying? But those are the things YouTube, right, you know, they use against us. Those are the things they use against us. You see what I'm saying? We just want to put out there, man. Right? We just want to put out there. All right? Señor. Señor, tiene un minuto por la palabra de Dios. Yeah? You good? You good? Yeah? Northern Kingdom say, he said, I'm good. Northern Kingdom say he's good. So this is the book of Jeremiah chapter 10 and verses 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel. O house of Israel. O house of Israel, not the whole world. He said, O house of Israel. He didn't say to the house of the Christian, no. He didn't say to the house of the Muslim, no. He said, O house of Israel. So the Israelites are the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. The Israelites are the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. Just keep that in mind. Based on your father, not based on your mama, all right? It's not based on your mama. It's based on your father. Okay, you are what your father, we already touched him down, all right? Okay, so let's go back verses 2. Jeremiah 10 and 2. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. So now, if Esau, Edom, if the Chinese, if the Arab, if they eat pork, they eat shrimp. We are not supposed to eat shrimp and eat pork. All right? If the other nation, Esau, Edom, and the rest of the other nation, right? If they work on Saturday, on the Shabbat, we shouldn't be working on the Shabbat. We shouldn't be breaking the Shabbat of the Most High. Right? If the woman can wear paint and put on makeup and do all type of things, right? Our women should not be doing that. Right? The Most High said we set apart people. Set apart. Severed from among all the nations. We separate. All right, so let's keep in mind. The Most High said, thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. Don't learn the way of the nation. Do not bow down to the cross. Don't follow Christianity. Don't follow Islam. Don't follow Seventh-day Adventists. That's what the Most High is saying. Learn not the way of the heathen. Do not learn it. Okay, they love to do this and that. You don't do it. You hope and wait upon the Lord if you believe in the Most High. Wait upon the Lord. And make sure you keep in the commandment of the Most High. And wait and hope in the Most High. For He is the only one that can deliver you. Only and unique that can save you. That can heal you. And nothing in this world that will save you and heal you. None. It's the Most High, Yahweh. How did the Most High did it? He did it through His Son, the sacrifice. He allowed His begotten, beloved. He allowed His first Son, the one that the whole world called ignorantly Jesus Christ. He allowed Him to die. He allowed Him to die in order to save you and me, to give us what? Redemption.
Assalamu alaikum.
So we got to keep that in mind, brothers and sisters. We got to keep that in mind. We got to keep that in mind, family. All right? There's nothing that can restore your health. There's nothing that can save you. Okay? So let no man deceive you. Let no man lie unto you. Don't believe none of those things. It's all deception. Okay? Nothing has changed in our life. Mainly the so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian. We're still being oppressed until this very last day. We're being forced to do things that are contrary to our customs. We're being forced to eat pork. Young brother being forced to eat pepperoni. Young brother waking up to the true heritage. Keeping the law, the commandment of the Most High are being forced. Women are being forced that, well, if you won't wear paint, you can't work here. We see that, man. The Most High said, learn not the way of the heathen. Let's continue. He said, learn not the way of the heathen. You see? And be not dismayed at the sign of heaven. For the heathen are dismayed at them. So you got to keep in mind. The Most High said, do not learn their way. Don't do the thing that they do. Don't follow them. Do not follow them. If they eat pork, you tell them you don't eat pork. All right? If they eat shrimp, crab, you tell them I don't eat crab. I don't eat shrimp. All right? Let's go right here. Let's go in the book of Isaiah 47 and 12. Isaiah 47 and 12. Let's go Isaiah 47 and 12. There we mean, right? This is the book of Isaiah. Chapter 47, and we're going to read verses 12, right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 47, and verses 12 through 14 say, stay now with thy enchantment, right? And with the multitude of thy sorcery, where thou hast labored from thy youth. So America, the United Snake of America, right? Since 1492, right? They have been doing what? Witchcraft. They have been practicing what? Freemasonry. Illuminati, and the list goes on and on and on. Hola. Hola. Hey sis, do you have a minute? You don't believe in God? You don't believe in God? Hey, there we go. We see young sister, man. Young sister. They don't want to listen to the word. That's how you know the time we're living in is a very, very critical time, man. This is super critical. Like me coming out here to Northern Kingdom community right here, right? Right? Me coming out here, Northern Kingdom community, like talking to them, they don't want to listen, man. They do not want to listen. I had so far like more than 4 or 5 people so far. Some they don't even respond. When I say hi to them, they don't even respond. They don't want to listen. They have itching ear. They want to listen to the lie. They just want to work and make money. Get food, buy food, you know. Pretty much that's all they worry about every day. Who? Northern Kingdom. It's very sad. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. The Most High reject them. The Most High, Yahweh, He doesn't want them. The Most High rejecting them straight up to the point. And that's why a lot of people don't understand. The Most High does not want them. The Most High does not want them. The Most High does not want them. The Most High rejecting you. Just keep that in mind. Don't think that you smart, you intelligent, thing like no. It's the Most High is spewing you. Christ is spewing you because you lukewarm, right? You between two poles. You bipolar. You running left and two, man. All right? Let us go back right here. So, America, the United States, from the beginning, they've been practicing what? Witchcraft, Freemasonry, all this secret society, right? All this secret society that you see right here, right? What is the God of America? Okay, when you take the dollar bill, right? When you take the dollar bill and you take a look on the dollar bill, what do you see? You see what? The pyramid of Egypt. What is Egypt known for? Egypt is known for what? Idolatry. Egypt is known for what? Sorcery, enchantment, witchcraft. Yo, bro. You busy? So the day God is going to kill you, you're going to be busy too? Yeah? You busy? You see, there we go. He said, I'm busy. You see, he's busy. He's busy. Hey, I mean, they don't know anything. I'm telling you. You see that? That's Northern Kingdom. There we go. That's the so-called Latino. There we go, man. I'm telling you. You'll see. We live in very, very evil time, man. Esdras, at some point, he was crying. He was complaining. He was telling the Most High, Lord, man, what an evil happened. The Most High told him, listen, you ain't see anything yet, buddy. He said, don't worry. He said, this time is nothing. He said, the worst is about to happen. And that's what we're seeing today, man, on this earth, right? They legalized what? Weakness. Weakness has been legalized by the government, by a politician, by Satan and his children. Weakness has been normalized. Weakness has been normalized. It became normal. It became normal. Like normal. You can do it. It's not a sin. It's fine. It's your choice. That's what they say. Let's read it. It says, stand now with thy enchantment. So when you take the dollar bill, let me see if I have a dollar bill. Right? Hola, hermano. ¿Cómo está? Señor, ¿tiene un minuto por la palabra de Dios?
Ya tiene cableado ahí.
Oh, praises. You see? He said, ain't got no time. He said, ahorita no. He said, right now, I don't have no time. He said, I ain't got no time right now. Let me see if I have a dollar bill, right? And some of you out there, you're going to call me what? Conspiracy. Right? Some of you going to call me what? Conspiracy theory, right? And I'm going to show it to you, right? You can call me all you want, all right? It's up to you. We ain't worried about that. Them calling them, we ain't worried about that, all right? So, as you can see right here, this is a dollar bill, right? You see the pyramid? This pyramid we know is go back to what? To Egypt, all right? This pyramid go back to where? Egypt. Keep in mind, it goes back to Egypt. Now, what is Egypt known for? Witchcraft, sorcery, right? Enchantment, right? So you see that's a pyramid right there. You see, that's a pyramid right there. You see that? You see the pyramid? All this is referring to what? To the god of the Egyptian, right? The Egyptian, the Babylonian, this is what they were worshiping back in those days. They were worshiping all this stuff back in those days. So you take a look, right? There is a lot of I'll say weakness on this piece of paper. This is a piece of paper, okay? In reality, this is a piece of paper, okay? This is a note. They tell you it's a note. It's not literally a money, okay? It's just a paper that somebody put his picture, his image. This is Caesar Borgia. This is Caesar. Caesar, as you read, right? In Matthew, you read in the book of Matthew, you read in Luke, and the list goes on and on. This is Caesar. Give unto Caesar what belongs unto Caesar, and unto God what belongs to God. Because I'm going to break this down to you. A lot of you out there, right? You call this money. Is this really money? No, it's not a money. It's a legal tender note. That's what they call it. But Esau tell you, he played with your mind. That's what they say. Esau never said this is the money. Esau just played with your mind where you believe this is the money. But actually, this is not the money. You know what is the money? It's gold, diamond, silver. Okay, that's what we call real money. Because guess what? If you set up a fire, let's suppose you set up a fire in your house. Guess what? Let's suppose you happen to have this money, this legal tender note, this paper. If you have this paper in your house, guess what? Everything will burn. And you're going to lose everything. Everything will be gone. However, if you have silver or gold, guess what? After the fire is quenched, you can retrieve it and you still have your gold. You can retrieve it and you still have your gold. That's what we call real money. Now, this is a paper, like I say, when you read it, It's just our people don't read. The so-called blacks, Latino, and Native Indian, they don't read. Because if you read right here, if you check right here, right, you see what he said right there, right? If you pay attention, you say, well, this note, right? You see that? He said, this note is legal tender. You see that? That didn't say this is money, okay? That didn't say it's money. And let's continue to say, for all debt, public and private. So understand, it's a legal note. It's just a piece of paper that Esau put his image on it, okay? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, put his image on it because it came from him. It came from him, okay? You got to keep that in mind. So this is not real money. So when you take a look at this piece of paper, right? This note, right? Right? Which is legal tender. Guess what you realize? You see there's a lot of symbolism on it. You can see a lot of witchcraft, right? This guy, right? Which is, his name is Washington, all right? He was a Freemason, all right? Understand? So America, the United Snake of America was built upon what? Witchcraft, sorcery, bloodshed, things like that. Keep in mind, there's nothing new under the sun. And don't let no one fool you or deceive you thinking that, well, we're in the 2021, then things change. Nothing changed. See the same weakness. You see the same weakness as of today. You see the same weakness you see today, right? Whether it be Joe Biden, whether it be Donald Trump, same thing. This is Esau Edom. This is the kingdom. This is the world of Esau Edom. You got to understand. So when you take a look at this piece of paper, you have a lot of idols being shown right here. All right? And you know, the funny thing, I'm going to show you something that you don't know. Watch this. Is this right here. This is where you know that these people, they don't believe in the Most High. All right? Because this anyway, it didn't come from the Most High. Did this came from Yahweh, the creator of heaven and earth? No. It came from Satan. Right? The Most High allowed Satan to let them do whatever they need to do. Right? That's Esau. Esau's spirit is to lust. Esau's spirit is to do evil. He was created to do evil on the earth. So, to you out there, so-called blacks, Latino, and Native that still don't understand, there is nothing you can do to change Esau. He will never change. Esau will still be Esau. All right? If you don't understand, it's because you're breaking the commandment of the Most High. So you see right here, they say, well, in God we trust. Okay, watch that, right? He said, in God we trust. In God, okay. But what God are they referring to? What God is America referring to? Is America referring to the God of the Bible? No. They're referring to Satan, the father. They're talking about Satan. The father is Satan. The God of America is Satan. It's plain and simple. If you take a look at the thing that they do, right? You can literally discern it. All right? And somebody said that this is a Christian nation. Yes, America is a Christian nation. Now, I want to break this down to you. America is a Christian nation in the sense that Christianity has nothing to do with the Bible. The prophet, the apostle of the Messiah of the Bible, they are not Christian and they will never be Christian. So you believe and you want to claim that America is a Christian nation, that's fine. Hey, I'm not disputing that. I'm not going to argue that with you. In fact, America is a Christian nation because Christian, what do? They drop bombs on people, right? Christian, what do? 1492, Christian came to this land and they slay and slaughter and rape the Native Indian and stole the